Hello Taurus, and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self and ultimately create the life that you desire and deserve. As I do in all of my readings, I've pulled the overall energy and clarified those messages, as well as the overall theme for the reading, which we'll jump into in just a second. But I still have a tarot deck I'll be pulling from, as well as the clarification deck and the advice deck I'll be using to close out the reading in the extended. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. Last thing, please remember that these are general readings. They are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. All right, Taurus, let's jump on in. In your recent past, you have self-regulation with the Eight of Swords here. I thought it was kind of interesting that this card has a bull on it, because obviously Taurus, that is your symbol. But in this recent past energy, I feel like you are a little all over the place emotionally. Which is natural when you're dealing with this kind of energy, because this Eight of Swords is kind of this representation of your limiting beliefs coming to life. So, for instance, if you doubt that you're lovable, that you're good enough, that you're capable of being successful in the ways that you want to be, I feel as if your recent past was a lot of it feeling like your circumstances were like proving those limiting beliefs to you, almost like you were like being shown that you weren't good enough or that you weren't lovable or whatever the case is. That's not actually the case, but that's what this energy felt like. And I feel like that's why you were kind of a little bit all over the place, was because you were like for instance, if you're like just obstacle after obstacle, challenge after challenge, like just feeling like the universe really wasn't allowing you to catch a break. That's kind of what I feel this energy was. Now, in your current energy, you have cut your losses with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. The universe wants you to know that just because things haven't worked out in the way that you expected, or just because maybe you have experienced some loss and some lack, it doesn't mean you can't have what it is that you want, because this Ace of Pentacles in reverse is an opportunity that hasn't yet manifested, hasn't yet been brought down into the material. And I feel like this opportunity is very much what you've kind of been looking for, because then in your immediate future you have abundance with the Lovers. So I really like this, because this message very much is about abundance that aligns with what it is that you deserve, because I feel like you've been experiencing quite a bit less than that for a while now, and that's maybe why things have been so challenging for you, is because you're like, I'm trying to get to a place of experiencing what it is that I deserve, but almost feeling like the universe is working against you, which isn't the case. I feel like we'll dive a lot more into that energy when we pull tarot, and kind of why we tend to experience pushback or resistance. But the overall theme of the reading is obstacles and blocks are lifted. And then you have all your good personal work and your positive energy shifts have overcome previous obstacles, and blocks are lifting away. You will now experience progress and forward movement with your projects. Stay centered in gratitude to ensure that your flow of abundance continues. So I feel like I said, it's been one thing after another, and it's been hard for you to kind of navigate that. But I feel as if you continue to move forward without kind of giving up or losing faith, I do very much feel like you're going to get to where you want to go. Now, I will say loss and failure are never, ever a destination. So if you're going through that right now, just feeling like you tried but you didn't succeed, or you're trying your best and you're not succeeding, that is no indication that you can't have what it is that you're trying to achieve. It literally just means you're in the middle of a journey. So allow yourself to kind of embrace where you're at right now. But all right, Taurus, let's get a little bit more on this story. Let's start by seeing what you were dealing with in your recent past, because this is very challenging energy. I just feel kind of the like when I was shuffling for it before I started channeling the energy, before I started the video, I was like, my teeth were, I was grinding my teeth. Like, it was just like, are you kidding me? Kind of energy. All right, Taurus is recent past. Ooh. okay, so death in reverse with the moon here. Feeling as if things would just not change. Like, especially with this Three of Pentacles in reverse. Like, either it felt like no matter how much energy you put into something, things kind of fell apart, or like the pieces just wouldn't come together. Now, the death in reverse can be us actually resisting change in some way too, but I feel like in general, it felt like the changes you were looking for just wouldn't happen. And that brought on a lot of fear because, you know, sometimes when we put everything into something, when we put all of our effort, all of our energy, all of our love into someone or something, and it just doesn't get us anywhere, we start to go, well, if all I have to give isn't enough, then will I ever get to where I'm trying to go? And it, you know, it can strike fear in us and make us think that, you know, no matter what we do, we're never going to achieve what we want or get to where we want to be. I can tell you right now that that's not true. It might be true for you because of what you've experienced, but it is not an inherently true thing that you're experiencing. So I feel like a lot of the fear you were experiencing in your recent past was almost like, it felt like this confirmation, like you felt like it was confirmation from the universe of like, see, like I'll never get there, or see, I'll never be successful, or this is, you know, I'll never have what it is that I desire, which doesn't have to be true. But again, let's get more for Taurus's recent past. Yeah, there's the Knight of Pentacles in reverse with the Three of Swords. I kind of chuckled at that energy because the Knight of Pentacles in reverse can feel like things are progressing and things are moving in the direction of what we want, but almost so slowly that it does not feel like things are moving at all. And it created a lot of pain, a lot of frustration, a lot of a really difficult energy to navigate, because I feel like when you're trying your best, you know what I hear? It's like, if at first you don't just succeed, try again. Like, that's kind of what I feel like this energy is about. And I feel like, you know, Taurus energy, just stubborn, right? Like, it's very rare that you see a Taurus kind of give up. And so I don't think this is necessarily talking you into not giving up, but maybe just more motivation that as long as you keep showing up in the best way that you know how, for yourself and for others, like, you're going to get to where you're trying to go because you deserve to. And the more that you lean on that and being like, why wouldn't I get to where I'm trying to go? I deserve to. You know, I'm good enough. I'm capable enough. It's just often a lot of the fear that we experience stems from the belief that we're not good enough, that we're not capable enough, which I feel is a lot of what you were kind of experiencing in your recent past. Now, that fear of not being good enough and not being capable enough is a lot of the reason most people don't try. You know, a lot of people will, because of their fear of failure or their fear of things not working out exactly like they have in mind, means that they won't even take that first step. And that within itself is kind of choosing not to give yourself even the opportunity, you know, to get to where you want to be, to have that success, to experience what it is that you deserve. So if you're taking that first step, or if you have taken that first step and things haven't worked out, you should still be very proud of yourself for even trying, because a lot of people don't even try, because it's easier to sit in complacency and allow yourself to stay stuck in places where you don't belong, or where, you know, the universe kind of we have to remember the universe will not let us settle where we're not supposed to settle. So if you've been trying to settle, if you know, the more that we try to settle in places that we don't really belong, the more the universe will throw tower moments at us until we move. And maybe you experienced that, which kind of pushed you in a certain direction. But either way, I do very much feel as if this is kind of more confirmation for you that it might not be working out for you in the way that you expect, but sometimes we kind of have to face those obstacles and face those challenges to work through the fear and the limiting beliefs that have actually been holding us back. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Ooh, recent past for Taurus. What does Taurus need to know about their recent past? Ooh, okay. 3 of Pentacles in reverse. The Hermit. Trying to figure out how those connect. I mean, there's the 10 of Pentacles, so there's the abundance, but then the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. I feel as if the hardest part of this, Taurus, is that maybe you feel very alone in this journey. Not that you are, but you might feel very alone. Like no one understands fully what you're going through, or like it's completely up to you. Maybe you've put a lot of pressure on yourself. And that is actually kind of part of the reason why things haven't been working for you, is because you aren't fully believing that the universe is supporting you and has your back. But it's really hard to believe that the universe has your back when you're not used to experiencing it. But we typically, we actually can only experience the support of the universe to the extent we believe in it. So we want to experience it so we believe in it, but it actually is the other way around. So I don't know. I feel like your recent past was more, this doesn't sound, I don't like the way that this sounds. So I'm going to say it and then I'll elaborate on it. But it feels like it was more of like a test, like kind of like, are you going to settle? Are you going to pull back into your comfort zone? Are you going to allow yourself to give up on yourself? Or are you going to believe that you are worthy and deserving of capable of what it is that you desire? So that's kind of what this recent past feels like. Like I said, a little bit like a test. Now, I don't necessarily, when I think of the universe testing us, I don't necessarily think of like the universe throwing obstacles and challenges in our way, trying to like trip us up. The way that I view that is, the reality that we experience is a reflection of what's going on within us. So when we experience, obstacles and challenges, it really is our limiting beliefs kind of being presented in front of us. And the whole time the universe is going, come on, like choose yourself, choose to believe we've got your back, choose to believe that you can do this, choose to believe that you can, create the life that you deserve. The whole time the universe is trying to support you through this. And it's actually really just the manifestation of the reasons that you don't think you're capable. You don't think it's possible. You don't think you're lovable. So that's more what I mean when I talk about like the universe testing us, as I don't think it's necessarily, like I said, the universe like trying to trip you up. All right, but let's shift gears here. So let's see what you're dealing with in your current energy. Cut your losses with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Current energy for Taurus. Right now seems to be a time to reevaluate what isn't working. Like, what have you been trying to force? What have you been trying to, what have you been trying to force? What isn't working? Because this isn't necessarily, with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse here, this isn't necessarily, there's the High Priestess, an energy of the universe. Like, it's not about giving up. It's about taking a look at what isn't working and almost like readjusting your approach, or like your, how do I say that? Like, not your approach necessarily, readjusting your focus maybe, because it's obvious that something about what you're trying to create, what you're trying to, do here, it's obvious that there's an aspect of it that isn't working out the way that you thought. It's not that the end goal isn't possible. The end goal that you're looking for, the abundance that you're wanting, this is still very much possible. It kind of feels like there just needs to be an adjustment. I guess, maybe it is approach. However that resonates with you. Because through what isn't working, you're receiving divine guidance. It's almost like the universe is showing you what needs to be addressed. It's like, don't give up on the path. The path within itself is good. But there's something about, like I said, the approach. Like looking at what isn't working and readjusting. Let me get more on that. I don't know what that's talking about. Like redirection. See, it's not redirection because it feels like the path is is right. Current energy for Taurus. Help me out here. What am I trying to say? Okay. So, this is how I view it in my head. Is like, there's this outcome that you desire. Let's call it a destination. And you're trying to force your way. So there is a path towards this destination. And this path towards this destination, it's still the result, what you're looking for is going to be the same. It's just that the path you're trying to take to get there isn't actually going to take you there. So there's like this need to readjust your approach, because again, you can still get there. That's why I was saying like the path is right, because where you're trying to get like is correct. You're right about the outcome and like what it is you're trying to achieve. That is still very possible. But like there's this need to kind of adjust your direction. What is the word I'm looking for? Because I feel like I say direction and it sounds like but like it's almost like you have an attachment to how things need to go and how they need to unfold. And it's almost like you have this mindset of this plan that isn't working out. And in your mind, this one specific plan is the only way you're ever going to get to this destination. Meanwhile, the universe is saying, no, you have this open highway available to you, and you're trying to take these really muddy back roads with like just a lot of issues on them. So what I'm trying to get at is there's this need to kind of readjust your energy and focus. I don't know what exactly that means. Maybe you do. Maybe I'm not supposed to know. It just feels very vague. I don't know. Okay. I feel like sometimes the readings I tend to be the most confused in. Sometimes I have people who be like, that made perfect sense to me. And I'm like, all right, that's good. Because current energy for Taurus. Okay. When we accept so Ten of Swords in reverse with the Nine of Wands in reverse, when we accept the obstacles in our life as redirection, like divine redirection to the right path, we stop looking at our obstacles in our life as proof that we can't make things happen. And we start looking at them as, okay, what solution is available that can get me closer to my goal, and almost be a little bit more open to divine direction. Because when we're so closed off to the idea that another path exists, or that there are other like avenues, maybe that's what I mean, like avenues. I feel like there's a word I'm missing. I'm sure I'll think about it like as soon as I end this video. But there's, it's like, when we're so closed off to any other avenue except for the one that we've created in our mind, like the plan we've created in our mind, we actually completely close ourselves off to divine guidance. And one of the reasons we do that is because we think, and this goes back to kind of what I was saying about your recent past energy, we think that we are not supported. We think that we're not guided. We think that we are actually working against the universe, trying to hold us back. When in reality, the universe is there next to us. The obstacles and challenges are our own limiting beliefs about ourselves. Again, we kind of talked about that. So when we experience obstacles, when we experience things that pop up that make us that trigger us and make us go, oh, this makes me feel like I'm not going to get there, instead of looking at those as like proof that what it is that you desire isn't happening, try to look at it as, what is this trying to teach me to get me closer to where I'm trying to go? Because like I mentioned, failure and loss are never destinations. So when we're experiencing that, when we're experiencing blocks and obstacles and challenges, the purpose for those isn't to take us off of the path. It's to help kind of guide us through the windiness of the path, if that makes sense. So yes, you're experiencing a lot of obstacles and challenges, and you have been for a while. Those obstacles and challenges are not proof, okay? They're not truth that you can't get to where you're trying to go. It's almost like they're trying to get you to lean on the belief that you are supported, that you're capable, that you're deserving, that you're lovable, all of those things. Man, this reading feels very all over the place for me. But I also feel like that's kind of where your energy is at right now. But let's see. Immediate future for Taurus. Abundance with the Lovers. What can Taurus expect in their future should they choose to move forward in alignment with their higher self? Immediate future for Taurus. Ooh, look at that. 4 of Wands, 2 of Wands. Ooh. Okay. Before we can create the outcomes that we desire outside of ourselves, we have to create it from within. I mean, the quote is as above, so below, as within, so without. Our life is and always will be a reflection of what we believe about ourselves in this world. If we believe that we are not capable, we will always see things through the lens of us not being capable. If we believe we are capable, we will look at obstacles and challenges as a way to create more capability instead of proof that we're not capable. All of this to say, most of the manifestation process happens within. Manifestation makes it look like it happens overnight. It makes it look like you created your abundance overnight, when in reality, you know that it's teeny tiny baby steps of shifting and aligning your thoughts, beliefs, and actions with the belief that you are supported, capable, and deserving. So just know that through what you're going through right now, I mean, here's this 4 of Wands and 2 of Wands. This is alignment with kind of like this, like 4 of Wands, I kind of see this finish line, right? I feel like you're just waiting for this freaking finish line when you can say, I made it, I did it, I got here. And what you need to know is that every single time you face an obstacle and you choose not to allow that obstacle to completely, cause you to fall back or give up or, go back to old habits or old paths, and you choose to keep moving forward, you are shifting a little bit more of your inner energy in alignment with where you're trying to go. So every time you don't give up, you are a little bit closer. And I feel like that's a lot of what you're needing to know is the finish line, the abundance, the desire, that is there. It already exists. And the more that you try to align your thoughts, your beliefs, your actions with it, even in the face of obstacles and challenges, in those moments is actually when you create it. You don't create it when it shows up. You are currently in the process of creating what it is that you desire, and it is about your approach. Looking at what isn't working, looking at your obstacles and saying, how is this trying to redirect me in the right direction to what it is that I'm trying to achieve? When in reality, a lot of people, when they see obstacles and when they look at things that aren't working, they go, well, I guess that's it. I guess I tried. Oops, it's not going to work. And then they kind of give up on that path altogether. The closer you get to creating what it is that you desire, the more obstacles and challenges you are going to face, because your limiting beliefs about you not being capable, deserving, or supported are going to do everything in their power to pull you back to what feels safe, which is actually the lack and the limited reality that you are used to. Your ego prefers a familiar hell over an unfamiliar heaven. So every single part of you is going to want to go to what feels familiar and comfortable instead of choose to believe that you can create more. So in those moments when you're experiencing that, if you can choose to believe that there is more that is possible for you and more that you are deserving of and that you are supported on the path to that, in those moments you are creating it. So just know that if you feel like you're not getting there, but you haven't given up on yourself and you continue to not give up on yourself, you are actively creating the abundance you're looking for. I hope that makes sense. All right. What can Taurus expect in their immediate future should they choose to move forward in alignment with their higher self? This Hermit, man. What is this Hermit? I feel like he's got more to say than he's... Oh, the Seven of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles. Because he was with this Three of Pentacles in reverse. And it was that energy of feeling like you had to do it all alone, which is actually keeping you from creating it. Okay. One of the key aspects of manifestation, creating the life that you deserve, is believing that you have already achieved it before it even exists. And the reason that that is so important is because the belief in the possibility is like the key to the creation. And when you don't believe that you're supported in that, you are going to feel like it is absolutely insanely impossible, because you're going to be like, how can I create this desire for myself? You know, nothing within my control, or I don't have full control over the path, therefore I'm never going to be able to create it. What you need to know is that you don't need to know how, you don't need to know when, you don't need to know what it's going to look like. All you need to know is that it is possible and you are supported. And the more that you can lean on that, because with the Seven of Swords, you have Seven of Swords and Ten of Pentacles. This Ten of Pentacles, this abundance is completely hidden from you. You have absolutely no idea how you are going to bring this into reality, but you don't need to know that. And you might be like, that makes no sense. If I don't know how can I create it? By believing in it and taking steps in that direction. You literally just, when we see that things are possible, we see opportunities. When we believe they're not possible, we will consistently just see obstacles. We will see reasons why it can't happen, reasons why we shouldn't try, reasons why we're not good enough. But when we believe it's possible, we'll see the opposite. And that perspective is everything. It's what creates it. So when we are so focused on, you know, needing to have all of the answers and needing to know what it's going to look like, how we're going to get there, when we're going to get there, we are actually completely blocking ourselves from just freaking letting it happen. Because that need for control is you thinking that if you don't have that control, you're never going to get there. And the universe is saying, we've got your back, but you have to believe in that in order to experience that, in order to get to where you're trying to go. So you might not have any idea, because this is very much like unexpected abundance. Like, you have no idea where this is going to come from, what it's going to look like. This is completely out of the realm of your idea of possibility right now. That's why it's so important that you don't lean on needing to have all of the answers, because if you made decisions on needing to have all of the answers, you probably would give up, because you'd be like, I don't see how it's possible. The universe is saying you don't need to see how it's possible. You just need to know that it is, and know that we've got your back. And when you can take steps with that belief, you will literally create miracles in your life. So like I said, every time you don't give up, every time that you continue to choose faith over fear, every time you choose to continue to put one foot in front of the other and look at obstacles as redirection to the right path or the right avenue instead of proof that you can't get there, you are creating and manifesting what it is that you desire. Manifestation is not a single event. It's not something that happens and you go, oh, look, I manifested it. It's something it's a process. It's a choice. And that choice happens day in and day out. Every single time that you feel you're not getting there, or that you can't have it, or that you aren't supported, in those moments where you feel that way, learning not to allow those feelings to completely dictate your choices, and knowing that those feelings are only a result of you believing you can't get there. And the more that you choose consciously to believe that you can, the more you override those limiting beliefs, which creates new beliefs, new neural pathways in your brain, which allows you to start to manifest like little by little. So, confirmation, you're on the right track. Yeah, you're facing obstacles and challenges. Pay attention to what isn't working. Redirect your energy. Redirect to a different avenue. But don't look at it as proof that you just need to kind of, quit. That it's just not going to happen. All right. This is major unexpected abundance, though. And I feel like this is guaranteed as long as you don't quit, as long as you don't give up, and you keep taking steps forward. Focus on what you can control and believe the universe has taken care of the rest. All right, immediate future for Taurus. What can Taurus expect in their immediate future should they choose, caveat, should they choose to move forward in alignment with their higher self? Ooh, don't let the past hold you back. Don't let what you have experienced make you think that that's all that's possible. I think that that's the hardest thing about breaking out of limiting beliefs, is they're beliefs for a reason, because those beliefs are a product of what you've experienced. You believe that you can't get there because you haven't experienced getting there. You know, it's kind of like when you really break down the law of attraction, anything that you ask for is possible. So you can manifest $5 or you can manifest $1 million. It's possible. It doesn't really matter. The universe isn't biased. You are, though, because $5 seems way more doable than $1 million. So it's easy for you to believe you can manifest $5. It's not so easy to believe you can manifest $1 million. Now, when I'm talking about this, I'm not just talking about manifesting material abundance and things like that, but just an example to say, when something worse, we can believe that we can achieve what we have already achieved, right? It's really difficult for us to believe that we can achieve what we have not achieved. So don't let your past experience of failure or loss or lack deter you from believing that you can have more, because your past was merely necessary for you to get to where you are today. It wasn't an indication of what's possible for you. So as you move forward, expect certain things and limitations and obstacles and challenges that are making you believe that are trying to kind of poke at those limiting beliefs that you can't do it, you can't get there, and it's not possible. And then look at it and, kind of look those experiences in the eye and say, you are not a truth, you are a limiting belief, and I choose not to believe that. I choose to believe I can get there. And then keep moving forward. And in that moment, you create a miracle. All right. I feel like we finally kind of got the gist of it at the end there. We're going to hop on over to the extended, focusing on what do you need to do right now to ensure you're moving forward in alignment with your higher self. But first, before I do that, I have an announcement to make. I posted a video about this a week or so ago, talking about this workshop, but in case you missed it, I am going to be mentioning it at the end of my videos for like the next month. I am going to be hosting and putting on a workshop for how to attract the love that you desire and deserve. That's going to be love in a romantic sense, in a platonic sense, just in general, kind of how to attract your people and how to sustain those relationships. It is not going to be over YouTube. It is going to be a live Zoom session, and tickets will be required to attend. Now, it is at April 5th at 6 p.m. Central Time. However, if you cannot attend that live event, I will be sending out a recording to everyone who purchases a ticket the next day. The only thing you'd be missing out on is I am doing a 15-minute Q&A session, and obviously if you are not at the live event, you won't be able to answer questions or to ask questions, but you'll still receive the recording of that Q&A, so you'll hear the answers of questions that other people ask. All of the information for that is at the top of the description box below. I obviously hope to see you there. Tickets have been the seats have been filling up pretty fast. I do have a cap. Zoom kind of caps me at a number of people, so seats are limited, but as of right now, there's quite a few left. But anyway, thank you guys so much, Taurus, for your support of my channel. I obviously hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, Taurus, I wish you nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Taurus.